Yeah, Sean Connery, good name to be named after. Good guy.
Oh yeah, I don't hate it. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, no, he rocked it. I mean, he was probably one of the best James Bond, and
Yeah.
not that I didn't like Roger Moore. Roger had that flamboyance. Now we understand why.
Pierce Brosnan.
So, and Pierce Brosnan. Yeah, Pierce wasn't bad. Pierce actually was decent for the new generation. Our one guy's too serious. All right, making breakfast. Be here soon. We'll hear Adrestia munching in the background then. So, all right, let's get the map up so everybody has that. By the way, everything's logged up and on. All right, let's see. Images and maps coming up.
I need everyone's others combos as they come up.
All right, I'll put it in here. All right. All right, favorite.
Is the password for the for Fantasy Grounds this week the Grey Walker one? Still?
Yeah, it's still the Grey Walker one. I haven't changed that, I don't think, at all. There it is. See, you're right on. All right, let's pull up the deal. Okay. Now, one thing I have noticed, like in the notes section and stuff like that, if I want to share things that I put in there, I just click the share with everybody type of stuff.
Oh, in the Fantasy Grounds notes?
Yeah. You got Laura, Akeisha, Adrestia, Sean, Mark, Josh, and Max. Maxter. And we have a new married guy among us. Who'd have thunk it?
Is he already logged in and on there?
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
Morning, Akeisha.
Hey, Miss Akeisha. What you doing?
Favorite color combo?
Okay. Adrestia says green and silver.
Oh, so she likes Slytherin.
Yes, she is a Slytherin.
That was Adrestia?
Yes. And let's see. We'll soon have Akeisha's colors here in a minute. Alright. See, the one thing I wish they'd allow me to do is control the size more of these maps. They don't. They kind of do with the drag thing, but that just drives me nuttier than a fruitcake. If that makes sense. There we go. Now I've got it to the right proportions. Alright, let's see what... yes, 2 favorite colors overall. Now remember, these will be in a... I will...
2 favorite combos.
Combos. So it'd be a color combo.
Yeah. Like Rick's would be gold and black.
Yep. For obvious reasons. Max will probably be purple and white. I will bet money on it.
Why, for school?
Yeah, for he's Northwestern. So Northwestern's colors are purple and white.
Okay, so then I'll get him pink and purple.
Yeah, pink and purple will go over just beautifully.
I say this until he gets on, then I can't say it.
Alright, so the good thing is, we're going to hold off today then on the 2E kind of things. But I did post it up there so you guys can take a look. And if you guys do want to incorporate certain things because it works better, just let me know.
I mean, I would love to use the reactions. The problem is none of the classes are really built and want to eat around reactions, and so
yeah,
it kind of loses that like what it was built for in 2E.
Exactly. Yeah,
and that was my major concern was that
we'd lose that
on the surface. Yeah, on the surface it sounds great because it's like that makes more sense. It's easier, but on the back end, it just
Yeah.
changes the way that some of the classes kind of operate, and
It does.
without the class being changed to match it, it just doesn't quite sync up as well.
No, and everything is based around feats. Even skills are feats. So if you look at them, so if you have an acrobatic skill, you have trained things under the acrobatic skill, or athletic skill, like acrobatics, jump, climb. It's all underneath there.
Yep. I actually have a copy of 2E. One of my friends actually bought the PDF version of it.
Oh, nice.
Shared it to me and another friend who are.
It's actually not written bad to read. Unlike the original core rulebook for Pathfinder, which was a friggin' nightmare. Honey, Mark is black and silver.
Howdy, yo.
He's absolutely you.
Hello.
So Mark is a Raiders fan. We've got
Yeah.
Move him up.
And then
But black and silver, that's the Oakland Raiders color.
No, it's not. It's my family colors. I have no freaking idea what your sports delusions are. You can have fun with those. That's not me. It happens to intersect with some sports something or other that is purely accidental. I've never
Pick him up
heard
with your
of
hands. I'm not
Who's he,
going to
what's
argue
it?
with you.
oh, it hurts.
I'm just
Black
trying
and
to-
silver.
Black and
trying
silver
to
is Mark.
disillusion
It's due to his family colors, not a team.
I'm just giving you crap, Mark. No worries.
No, it's good. I just want to disillusion people of any possibility of believing.
Okay, so Sharra's is forest or emerald green. So I'd go with
Who's
forest.
Shara?
That's Akeisha.
I
Sorry.
need human names, not
All right.
character names.
Akeisha's is forest green and ocean blue.
We're in combo.
No, those two go together. I hear a Drestia.
Okay.
Now, by ocean blue, does she mean like sapphire blue?
So by ocean blue, Akeisha, do you mean like a sapphire ocean blue or a lighter color ocean blue? Because there's also the
She
lighter.
said that kind of sky
Cerulean,
blue
I think,
style.
is lighter
ocean blue.
one.
Okay, it's a sky blue ocean blue. So it's like a sky bluish ocean blue. It's lighter.
Odd, okay.
All right.
She said green and blue like dryads and mermaids.
There you go. So, Josh is there. Welcome, married man.
Josh, favorite color combination? Of
Yes.
2 colors.
Yes.
Favorite color combination of what now?
2 colors.
2 colors that you like in combo.
Why did they just get dropped? What the heck?
I don't know. What did you do?
Black and blue or black and
Absolutely
violet?
nothing. That was weird.
Say again, Josh.
Said black and blue or black and violet?
Black and blue. What color of blue when you go into the blue?
For
It's
who,
like a
Josh?
royal blue or a sky blue or a...
Like a dark twilight blue.
Okay, so twilight blue and black. All right.
For Josh?
Yep. I see Max is here on his phone.
Yep.
Yes?
I'm here.
So let me guess. Your favorite color combo, Max, would be purple and white?
That's one of them. I have a lot.
Okay, so purple and white is one of Max's.
Now you have to pick one. Pick a pair. Pick a combo.
I'll go with purple and white.
So yeah, Akeisha was thinking dryads and mermaids. That's why she has the forest and the... It's
Can
the
Josh
fae.
hear me?
Yes, Josh can hear you.
Josh, we've been together 8 years. You got married before we did.
You did. You beat us.
Ah, man.
Yeah.
Called out.
I've been thrown under the bus, rolled over, beaten a few times.
It's not.
Well, we had a really hard time limit that we had to make sure we got that under.
Yep, otherwise you would have problem keeping her in the U.S., correct?
So the only one we need is Laura.
Yes, we only need Laura's. And I don't see her on yet.
I am not finding the Fantasy Ground passcode either.
All right, it is...
I got you, Mark. It's
All
the
right.
same as
I
last
know
time,
it's
but-
something with a bunch of numbers and
Ray Walker
yeah,
number
that one.
1310.
Yep.
It's like I seen it and I
If
forget.
it's the actual word this time in that.
Like that.
Yeah.
If you copy and paste it, you'll be good. All right. We got most people in. We got Mark in. We got Max in. We got Sean in. We got Akeisha in.
Actually,
Yeah,
Max-
my computer's
Max
having choking a little bit.
Max dropped off voice for a
Well,
minute.
yeah, you had it at Gen Con. It probably didn't like you out there after Gen Con. It probably blew up. It's like too much information. Oh, and you missed the introduction of Laura's new familiar.
First a question: is he hot?
I guess she could be. It's a she. She could be. She has some interesting colors.
You know,
Second
considering
question: is she employable?
hot is actually
yeah.
a relatively useful term in describing this.
Yes,
Yes,
employable.
agreed,
She is employable. In fact, she was employed by Laura to help. So, yes, she is employable. She
All right, cool. She's on 30 days probation.
30 days probation. I love that.
Standard for all new employees.
Yeah. Let's see if I've got a. Actually, Laura put the picture in there, so I don't know if I've got under the general ones. Let's see if she's under there. New. Is she there?
Max is having no luck, man.
Max, what did you do? Does it just hate you? I have a feeling it's hating him right now.
You want me to repost that one that Laura put?
Yeah, repost the one that Laura put. That way, then that'll be a perfect one that you get to see. So,
Oh, yeah.
So look in the ruins of Azlant, she had addressed you, and you'll see the new friend.
Amanda loves dragons, and so she wants it. Markhail is indifferent. This is. I don't know how to feel right now. I'm conflicted.
Uh-huh. That's a pseudo dragon.
Real life, or is this fantasy?
Yep. Yes, we have a pseudo dragon now among the bunch. And let's see, do we have her in there yet? I don't think we do. I'm gonna have to build her and put her in there. Let's see, NPC.
So there was a pseudo dragon at the beginning of Curse of the Crimson Throne, and he indeed ate a lot and really liked expensive food. But fortunately for them, they had a wealthy party member. He was very snooty, but not in a bad way, but more in a conniving, manipulative. Like if a cat could have a British upper class living.
Right.
That was
Some are actual royalty.
yeah.
Yes.
And who says we can't?
That's true.
Uh-huh.
So that is
Listen here, Fancy Feast.
yes, but that is Pellish. Pellish is the new addition to the group. So she is long-lived, especially on this island.
Oh, nice. Yeah, my computer's been lately having issues
That's no
opening things from shortcuts, and I don't know why.
Just it's hating life. How's your memory on it? Is the memory doing okay?
It should, but let me check.
Yeah, I've always learned on any of these PCs, if I don't have at least a quarter of the total memory available, they go kind of weirdo on me. Chunk
Yeah,
represents.
pretty good on memory.
All
I
right.
feel like there's got to be something that's hanging it up, and I don't know what it could be.
Hard to know, hard to say. With computers today, depends on what kind of software they put on there and everything else. If you unload all the software, the preloaded stuff, you might be okay.
Oh, that always cracked me up about the whole Windows thing, and it's starting to become even more true. Still less, but more true with Macs, is that the first thing you do when you install them, get it home.
Right.
You wipe the hard drive and reinstall.
Yeah.
Don't reinstall from the OEM disk. Reinstall just the operating system.
Isn't that sad that you have to go that route?
My professional buddy who did Windows PCs for a living,
Right.
he said that there's a I think it still exists. There's a primary software that you run that's called the Windows Decrapifier.
That's funny.
And that's what you use if you can't get a hold of an original operating system disk. If you
That's
have
funny.
to reinstall the OEM, then you also run Windows Decrapifier.
Oh my God, they have it. Windows Decrapifier.
It still exists.
Yes, the PC Decrapifier. It is existing. Oh my gosh. And it does.
Everybody should have that. That has to use one.
You can do a free or yeah, a $5 if you want support of the PC Decrapifier.
Also,
Hello. I also said hello, so that way she knows we're here.
Rick said hello. She can't hear it because I'm using
Okay.
headphones.
The Windows Decrapifier. So guys and ladies, if you need something to use, get the Windows Decrapifier. I like that. I may have to run it just to get the stuff off of here that I don't need.
Well, when's the last time it was updated? Since you have that page open.
Oh God, let's see. When was it?
Well, I'm looking at a
Updated.
Windows 10 Decrapifier 18XX, 19XX script center.
Yeah, that looks about right. That's cool though. I like that. Because that'll get everything out of there. What I have going on right now, it's built in is like ads. So even though it's a gaming PC, anytime I open up any sort of thing, either Google, Chrome, or whatever, the ads start flying in the corner. Read about this.
Yeah, to a certain degree, that's just Windows 10. That's the other thing that you need to do is go in and turn on every privacy setting and then come back and do it again in 2 weeks, because after you use the computer for a while, it adds more settings silently behind your back.
Why do they do? I know why they do this, because they're paid to do this. Yeah.
That's exactly right. You are not the customer.
I know. I am not alone. If you thought there were conspiracy theories, there are. Big Brother Window is watching you anytime.
That's why I'll kind of be glad whenever the new version of Fantasy Grounds does finally hit, because it'll have a Mac native version.
That'll be.
This Windows. I'm running a Wine, so it's not a full blown Windows install, but there's still nothing that I trust.
Nothing. Yeah, exactly. I trust nothing. Nothing.
I work in the computer industry, and I don't install smart quote-unquote stuff. I don't have an Alexa, I don't have an Apple speaker, I don't have an Echo, I don't have, any of those It's just like, no. And I carry a pistol around, so if my toaster ever talks to me, I'll shoot it.
Yep. Sounds about right.
Is that why you have that battle axe with you, Adrestia, so you can beat things to death?
It's a long sword. It's a long sword.
It's a long sword, but it works.
And also
All right,
remember,
I'm
Rick,
gonna
you do
restart
have
real
that
quick.
sword.
I'll be back.
Okay.
Dodger.
Oh God! If anything starts talking to me that shouldn't talk to me, I'm gonna have one of those ninja moments.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Yep, he did get a sword, I think. What was it, for Christmas, a birthday? I think it was for a birthday.
You gotta use them when needed. Oh, that's on my wish list. I've got a real live, really well-crafted falchion, but that's not coming for a while. Or actually, no, scimitar. I'm going to do a scimitar over the falchion, I think. But, yeah. Kill it dead. Wait. I have a sighting. Is that Laura?
Well, somebody's microphone is muted. If that's, I see. Yep, there she goes.
Okay. That's alright, you can type. Okay. Yay! Yeah, we were just telling Adresty about your new friend, Pellish. Alright, since the last time, let's update everybody. You guys were exploring, you guys decided to leave the Andoran-dominated guards outside to wonder where you guys are, and came down the second stairwell. Let's actually pull this up so everybody can see it. Ta-da! So, you guys came down the stairwell on the side that has the C6 and C10 and C9 stuff and explored. You found the cog room that has the two, what looks to be guard-like metal statues with halberds. And then one that looks kind of like a worker-style robot that you saw in the tower when you guys went to that one tower on the island. Then next door, you guys found the stairs that go into the room with the big glowing balls with electricity that you guys think are generating the power for this place. And then snuck around the corner, still leading the way to a room that smells heavily has an acrid smell of oil and metal coming out from behind the metal doors. And that's where you left off. Now the corridor does continue on the C6 side all the way down to some other double doors, and then down to some stairs where you hear the lapping sound and you can get the smell of brine and seawater. And that's where we left off. You guys did find a few cool items along the way also.
Oh, wow. It's all coming back to me now.
Is Chunk gonna have a moment? One of those I'm gonna beat everything in sight moments. Yes.
That's just Tuesday.
Yes, and some pretty lights too. That is true. Sharra's right. Those lights in there were the purpley pretty electrical lights that are. Oh yeah, and the pretty lights that are in the hallway, the continually burning torches.
That I've been taking.
The ever burning. Yep. That Syl's been taking to make it dark again. All right.
Fantasy Grounds is finally letting me in. There we go.
Yay! I just want the hallway torches for my cottage. I would like the cottage quite well, actually. Ooh, I got an idea. You could get like a double post bed and put the torches on either side, on either post. Yeah, they would probably have that nice soft glowing light, even though they're bright. You know, it's kind of that soft glow. Wouldn't be bad. Would like the place pretty good. There you go.
Alright, so which of these is the map that we're on right now?
It is the Sea Cathedral of Amaznen, the god of invention. Alright. Uh-oh. I hate when that happens. I had book slide. There we go. Alrighty.
Where is Syl?
Syl is right by the double doors. In the hallway, it's going towards the broken fountain that you guys came originally in on. Beside is
I'm looking at that token, and I don't think that's Syl's token.
Yeah, that one right there is. The one on C6 side isn't. That's Aurora's. But the one by the double doors near...
I'm looking at the double doors just beneath C3 and C9.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, there it goes.
It just got turned.
It upside down.
Yeah, it just got turned. So.
Fair enough. All right.
But yeah, you do hear a little bit of creaking inside the doors because you were listening the last time doing a perception to see what you heard. You do have the smell. That's probably the strongest. The smell of the oil, grease, and metal is probably the strongest smells that you're getting, sensory-wise. and then just some slight creaking noises.
Okie doke. Alright, well, I guess if I didn't find any traps on it, we can open the door.
Alrighty. So you open the doors, and the doors open inward this time. Let's see. Hang on here, and then I will unmask the layers of what you see. Alrighty. Alright, and inside you see what looks to be, basically, opening the doors, you definitely get a strong smell of oil and grease. There are armor-plated statue heads, limbs, and torsos, as well as gears of all sizes, placed on the stone shelves on the north side of the wall, the top side, and then on the right-hand side. Hang on here, let me get you some more detail on the left. And on the left. Also, a nearby body consisting of similar gears and armor plates lies face down on a cold stone table with a large key embedded right here. Sorry. Key embedded in the clockwork mechanism in its back. So it looks like you could...
I wonder what happens if you turn the key, says Felix.
I love Felix. Oh God, yeah, Felix, you are my hero on these things. At that point, while Gale's going, no, and it's too late. He is in the room and turning the key, which winds it, and you can hear it click, 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 click. Yeah, yeah. Nell, do a grab check, Nell, to see if you can grab him as he goes by. Oh, this is going to be hilarious if not. So you're gonna roll and add your CMB to it, because basically you're trying to catch him and stop him from running in, and then it's going to go against your CMD, Felix.
Since he had to run past me and people were shouting "Stop him!"
Okay.
Should I be able to try that as well?
Sure, if you want to. The 20, does that catch you, Felix, in your...
Where's my CMB?
It is 18, yes. You do catch him. However, Syl does not.
That was a 4.
So, Max, you can try to do an opposing check to break free if you want. I mean, it's not really a combat round, but she grabs you and as you're going by. And you can try to pull free. Or, depending on what she caught. Kitty Turbo Boost was engaged. Exactly. Kitty Turbo Boost. Oh, God, I love Felix. He just adds to the hours of entertainment.
He's probably not going to try and break free. I mean, at that point, he would probably stop and think that, oh, maybe this is like the best thing.
It's all fun and games until
we activate the robot factory.
Yes, until we...
I would argue that at a certain point his intelligence does override his complete lack of wisdom.
Yes, I would buy that. So Gale is going to, watch for a second and then quietly try to go into the room with his sneak skill to try not to tell everything in their uncle that we're here. All right, let's see. Where's Gale? There he is. Why it's owned by Josh, I don't know. It should be owned by me. I think I gotta kick off the ownership with that. All right, here we go. Let's see. Skills. And stealth. Not bad. So he goes in fairly quietly into the room and goes to look at the clockwork. Anybody else coming in the room? Or is everybody else holding Felix back? All right, so...
It seems everyone else is upon this room anyway, so Syl will move on to another room that she hasn't been to yet.
Double door side on the other side? Or are you gonna...
probably right about here.
Okay. All right. Let's do that then. All right. So that door. Okay. Let's go to this one.
Well, that was a terrible trip. Well, if it's trapped, she's going to find out the hard way.
No, it isn't. And these are more of a hardwood style door than a metal door. They do have some metal plating on it. It looks like priests are on there of Amaznen out of the metalwork. And so you don't detect anything at this point. Now, Philux, Nell has moved away from you. Gale is in the room. Just letting you know that. Also the same for Markhail, because Markhail could go inquisitively into that door as well. All right, let's see what Sharra's doing. Arnold, I came back to life.
Is there money to be had? Is there wealth to be acquired?
Oh, these look like some pretty nice little clockworks. They do, and pieces in here. It looks like where you could assemble one. And the one on the table is missing a leg right now that needs reassembled onto it. So.
Do we know any... I'm going to have to pull up the wiki, but off the top of anyone's head, do we know anyone who specializes in clockwork or knows anything about...
Oh yeah, at least two of the villagers. One of the dwarves, Cogsworth, I think his name. Well, it's not. Cogsworth,
it's a gnome. Yeah. He is one of the ones in the village that absolutely he tinkers and plays and takes things apart and works with them. So
And how big are these?
The clockworks are human size. The one that's on the table looks like this, just not sitting up.
These are probably pretty heavy, right?
Oh, well, actually, not really. She's not made of iron. She's made of like a silver type of metal and gold. It has gold inlays on it. And there is a gem in her forehead, just like that gem. Do a perception check on it.
Okay.
Mud facials. Yeah. Okay. You do hear the mud facials, and that kind of distracts you ever so slightly as Sharra does that to you. From what you were doing at the task at hand. I'll put you in here.
Well, from our experience with that previous mechanical recording device in the shape of a head, since it took an iron stone, I think we can assume that this is also an iron stone in the center of the fort.
Yep. Now, Chunk, are you at the room looking in there as well, or are you in the hallway still?
No, I'm offering information as a player at this point.
Yes.
I'm standing in the hall where I can see both doors.
It looks, Markhail, it does kind of look like the one you saw on the recording head. Yeah. So you're thinking that maybe it's a memory. It is an ion stone. That much is a fact.
Yeah, just the calculations are like how to get this back to the mainland. Because I don't think anyone here has the ability to fix it, and it's pretty bulky.
Yep.
So, but it's also.
I'd be happy to try some percussive maintenance.
Listen here, the phone.
So you said it was missing a...
It was missing a leg, yes. It looks like
Any of the legs that are lying around the room look like they...
Yep. There's one hanging up on the north side that you could take that would fit her exactly and would match. If you wanted to do that. Now you would have to have a crafting skill of sorts or a mechanical type of skill to do it. But you can do it. So now, Sil, what are you guys doing while everybody else is up in that room?
The thing.
Opening the door.
Okay, opening the door. So we're opening the door while everybody else is kind of... All right, so we will open this and do this. Okay. All right, so Max, you were saying with Philux?
You see, Philux is thoroughly convinced that repairing device is merely the reverse of disabled.
Well, I mean,
Yes.
bruh. What?
It could be construed that way, and you could use that way to try to make it all work
So
together.
he is going to try and put the leg on the device.
Okay. So as he is doing that, still at this time, you're looking into a room with 2 stone cabinets standing against the south wall of the chamber. A few ancient robes lie in some basically dusty, not looking good shape in the room amid fine colored dust and other debris on the ground. And there are some double doors on the other side. Let me make those a little clearer. There you go. All right, so let's see, Philux, you are doing that. Let me have you do a check.
Guidance.
Oh, yes!
Wow. All right. So even with the guidance on there and everything else that's going on, you amazingly figure out how to do this and are so able to do it, it's not even funny. What normally would have probably took a lot to put that leg on takes you nothing at all. In fact, you put that leg on there so nicely and perfectly, and it takes you a little bit of a while. It's going to take you probably half an hour to get it done. But you are putting it together, doing all the little things that you need to do. While Gale stands with his mouth open, hanging on the floor, watching you do this.
Markhail is also a little bit surprised.
Yeah.
I'll assist the cat.
You are, and you get another reroll. Which, how many did you have from the last time, Max? You had at least one. Yeah.
Yep.
Somebody had who had 6 of them. Oh, Sharra. Sharra did. Yeah, Sharra's got the 6 rerolls, so I'm gonna have to make sure I note that. So Max, you got at least 2, and Sharra's got 6. And then who else had? Somebody else had 2 rerolls. Was that you, Josh, that had the other rerolls?
I believe so.
Yeah, I think you had 2 as well. So there were quite a few rerolls. So no problem, Philux. You would have been able to reroll anyways and probably get it. All right. So yeah, you guys can hear, and he's not doing it loudly. You can just hear a little kick, 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 and whine, 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 and different noises coming out. It's light, so it's not going to attract attention necessarily. But because all of you are alert, let's see. These guys went up to the surface, so I can take these guys out of here. You guys don't hear any noise, which you did hear from the other hallway. So, Sharra, you could sneak down and see if you see anything if you want to. Just to make sure. Yeah, there's no chainsaw. No, there's none of that. He is working quite cat silent, is the best way to put it. Just doing the little bits here and there that he needs to do. All right, so Sil, you and Laura and Pellish, are you guys going to go to the other double doors in room C12, or are you guys going to continue down the hallway?
Yeah.
Hey, Rick, I think Fantasy Ground just dropped on a couple of us.
Uh-oh.
You dropped and I dropped.
Well, that's no
mine
fun.
dropped and reconnected, but
Mine's trying to.
All right. Check and see. I don't think we're not streaming anything. That's the good part. So I don't think it's on our side.
Yeah, I shouldn't be okay.
Okay. Yeah, because normally when it happens on my side, every one of you goes.
yeah.
Fortunately, we're not just streaming or doing anything that requires bandwidth. All right. So, Markhail, what are you doing while all this is going on?
I mean, I was watching Philux.
In amazement.
I mean, I'm impressed. What can I say?
Yep.
Do I see anything else of value around here?
And there's a nice, it looks to be like a gold key in her back. Okay. You know how you have the wind-ups for little music boxes? Like that, but larger. And if you turn it, you would probably power her up.
But he's still working on her, right?
Yeah. He's got her sitting up on the edge of it because the only way to do this would be to stand her up, sit her up so he's got the knee position correctly to work.
Well, I'll probably wait for him to finish with his
Okay.
repairs. I will go with Aurora.
Okay. Let me do this. Everybody's got the thing again. All would you be nice to each other, you two? Kim singing Moana and Bugs tormented. All right. So you're gonna go which direction, Markhail? Down towards.
Aurora's just like right next to me, right?
Yeah. She's just right there.
Yeah.
And there's
Okay.
more heads and arms and stuff. This looks like it's a repair room, basically. A repair and parts room for these type of... And these most likely were servants of some
Is there any books
sort.
or anything like that?
Ah, that's a very good question. You'll have to check and see with the perception
Yeah,
check.
if this is a repair room, there might be like some information.
There might be. Ah, you do. You spot a scroll case that is sitting on one of the shelves.
Ooh, I look at the scrolls there. Anything interesting? I also put my detect magic on. Do I have detect magic?
Do
If
you?
you don't, I do.
All right.
Yes, I have detect magic. So
Okay.
I can throw that up there.
It sits for a little while because, again, he's working while this is going on. And it comes up with a faint divination. It's an electrum metal scroll case, so it's not going to corrode. Smart, insightful builders who use electrum scroll case, there is no corrosion. Inside are several magical scrolls that are glowing as well.
First of all, I want the scroll case. Not because I do anything with scrolls, but like...
Pretty colors, yeah.
Yeah, like how awesome would it be? It's like, oh darling, I have this amazing electrum scroll case. It never erodes. Like, I mean, people would be super freaking impressed by me. Yeah, so I pull out one of the scrolls. Do I have read magic? I don't have read magic, and I show Aurora.
Aurora looking over your shoulder, casts read magic, and she reads it.
You Yep, I mean, otherwise, again, while you hold the scroll case, you can see what looks to be glyphs coming up of what type of spells are in there. And there is a spell of mending, one of the cantrips. There is a spell of identify, so you got a mending scroll. Identify scroll, and that's 2 times because there's 2 spells on that one, and then a scroll of mage armor. So those are the ones that come up. Yeah, so the 3 scrolls in there, but as you're holding the case, it looks like it will tell you what's inside.
What?
And you get this feeling as you're sitting there with the detect magic, trying to do some things. Roll a appraise with it, because the appraise will tell you even more about it.
All right.
This could be easily. I mean, oh yeah. When magic scrolls are stored inside this insightful scroll case, glowing blue runes appear on the surface of the tube, indicating the spells that are currently stored within. And that's what you saw. If the user has the spells on her spell list, she can read the runes while holding the scroll case in hand to cast the spells from the scroll inside the case, so you never have to remove it. Casting spells from the scrolls in the case otherwise works as normal, and the scrolls inside will be depleted afterwards. The scroll case holds a maximum of 5 magic scrolls, and the scrolls stored within are protected against fire, water, and other damage. And this has a value of about 5,000 gold pieces in value. So it is an insightful scroll case, and you can look it up on the magic items list and should be able to pull it.
Markhail breathes in capitalism.
Yep.
And yeah,
Yeah.
she definitely pockets that.
Yeah.
Does it look like there's enough parts to have more than one of these servants kind of repaired?
Yeah, it looks like you could build a second one if you spent the time. There are some empty stones here that could be used for almost like a personality stone. The stone that is there's the value of the clockworks, the other clockwork parts that are here is about 3,000 gold pieces worth of clockwork parts, and the stones themselves are what are called ion memory nodes. So the two ones up there would give them not only memory like a living creature, but also it can give them a somewhat of personality.
Can you tell? Is there anything that tell you what the personality will be before you?
No, not at all. So it's almost like an empty slate right now. You don't know if something's already programmed on them or not.
Okay.
All right, Syl's at the next door. All right, Syl, what you doing? While everybody else is working on that and kind of watching the hallways. And now, Sharra, let's see, got to take off for a few minutes. My mom. Okay, no problem. Let's see here.
Just that to just general perception and for trap detection.
Sure, go ahead and do the perception on that. Yeah, split party detected. Chunk's having one of those anxiety moments, even though he doesn't get many of those as a barbarian. It's kind of like,
Well, it's just like, where are the people I need to protect? Should I protect this group?
and
Protect that group?
good point. So now you're checking in the other room. Yeah, if you rummage through the shelves, you find a couple items on the shelves in the room. There is a interesting looking crystal bottle. There is some incense sitting there. There are... Oh... Gosh, how many? There's 6, 11... 23 bottles of oil of different colors on the shelves where you're rummaging. And there is a platinum pitcher in the shape of a bee, like a bumblebee. So, a bottle, a crystal bottle, there's one block of incense, and then there are 23 bottles of oil, and a platinum pitcher in the shape of a bee. So, platinum pitcher in shape of bee, crystal bottle. No, it doesn't look like there's anything that you can see in there. Let's see. Piles of oil. One block. Again, you're wondering if these are worship materials or things used by the priests, because this looks like a priest's robe room. And again, you found these on the southern cabinets, the stone cabinets. All right. And just note from C12, this is in room C12. Yep, you and Pelish are having fun. Pelish is like, ooh, that incense smells good. Actually, very good. All right, so now what you smell and sense detecting around the door with the perception, you smell a mustiness and a kind of an old smell. It smells like whatever here is old.
You have discovered my library.
Yes.
Well, let's open the door.
All right, opening the door. All right, let's see what we can do here.
Fortitude save versus death.
Yeah, die. All right, why is it not giving me the ability? There we go. All right, so in this room, there are many stone coffins that rest on shelves built into the wall of this chamber.
Huh.
I'm sorry.
Or
did you
actually,
say
no,
coffins?
I'm sorry. I am sorry. Let's see, what is...
Did you mean coffers? Did you mean money?
Hang on a second. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, it is what it is. It's just... I've got to see here real quick and move so I don't lose the mask here. Alright, so this is... Okay. Sorry. Different type of thing here. It is coffer type. It's shelves. Stone shelves on the wall of this storage room are full of jars and vials of different sizes. A sweet but musty smell hangs in the air. All right. All right. So if you want to go in there, there's a lot of stuff sitting on those shelves that are in the room.
Sorry, what? A lot of what's on the shelves?
There is, well, a lot of different things. There are potions, vials, jars. There's a robe up there that hangs near one of the shelves. And there are... again, it looks like almost alchemical mixtures and different things. Now, while you continue to search, you find a shirt on a shelf that has the embroidery made with silver thread and an eye-shaped symbol on it as well. And you have your detect magic up, right?
Right. Well, Syl's going to get out of the doorway before Markhail runs her over.
Okay.
How could she know?
How
is
dare you?
someone
You don't know me.
Yeah.
telepathically broadcasting to her?
Yeah.
I mean, you could always tell Markhail about money.
Yes, you'd have
Well,
to.
That is always the right answer.
I'm sure if she hasn't picked up the shells of stuff that she just found, that she will very shortly.
Oh,
So
no.
She's going to go to the next. She's going to go to the next set of double doors and go through the process again.
So Markhail is actually in the other room with the clockwork. She's more fascinated right now with that room for the moment. All right. So Nell, there's a shirt with silver embroidery and an eye-shaped symbol on it. So I'll have to give you what aura is coming off of that. Let's see where it is. There it is. It's 223 on that. Alright, so the shirt lights up. There it is. It lights up with moderate conjuration and transmutation on it. It's a beautiful shirt. It has the colors of what would be a priest of Amaznen. So, hang on here. I hate when this does this. Goes back away from the page that I had it on. Always fun. Alright, let's see here. It's blue silk with an eye-shaped symbol embroidered in silver thread on the pocket of it, on the front. It looks like a really nice shirt that could be worn either male or female. It might adjust itself either way for a priest or priestess. It has long arms to it, but it's all silk. And it has the two auras coming off of it, moderately. All right, so you're going to the other... All right. So there is a lot of things in these rooms to go through. It would take you about as long as what's going on with in the other room with Philux working on the one creature or on the one clockwork. All right, so you're at that door. Hang on. All right, let's see. Okay. So you can smell at the door a moldy smell, almost a mold or mildewy smell coming from the door itself. There is a lock on the door. It looks like a simple tumbler lock.
Yeah, coconuts.
Alrighty. I will do a full perception just for traps and...
Okay. Nope, you don't get any vibe of traps coming off, but you do understand that if the tumbler isn't disabled right, that the door will not be openable if it gets blown, that roll. It was designed by the priests.
Okay. Alright, she'll get out her thieving kit and try to disable the device.
Alright. Alright. And the thieving kit gets you, is it a masterwork or just a standard?
It's just a standard, so she doesn't take the penalties.
Alright, so it gives you, yeah.
Either.
Alright, so the 24, you are able to do the tumbler locks with that. And you can hear it click properly. And the doors open inward.
That's a monster.
Alright, let's see. You can put everything. Yeah, so if you want to go into that other room, it's going to be a little more tough now on room C13 over there that Syl went through. To put everything in, you'd have to just identify what you think would be useful.
Maybe Wayfinder? Headdress?
Bellish, and then... so, Mark, where is Chunk going? Is he following Syl, or is he staying in there with Nell?
Currently I'm in C12 where I've got the marker, but I'm gonna tend toward.
Okay, all right, going that way.
Yeah.
So, Sharra, you've noticed that Syl's continued moving because you can see the door. You guys are kind of strung out. So let's see. Anything we take. Okay, so it looks like in here, what would be takeable from this room is the robe that's hanging.
No, really.
Let's see. You've got a vestment and a robe that are in here in this room, or two robes that look like you wanted. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. The vestment and the robes are in C12 that you found that are a blue color that look like they're useful. In this room, it looks like there are probably 10 items that could be potions of sorts. So I'd say C12, vestment, and hang on here if it lets me type. And 2 robes, blue. And then also in C13, 10 potions. There we go. So that's what you see on the useful side there. All right, so Syl, what are you going to be doing? Opening the doors?
Yep.
All right, so this looks like... Let's do that. Do that. Do that. All right. This looks like a gigantic library of
Here
sorts.
it is.
And that's what you're able to see. You're not able to see around the other side. Let's see. All right, so this C6. All right, so C6. Okay. 5, where is 6? Yep, there it is. All right, so that's C6. Many long bookcases of fine marble stand side by side in this room. Some of the shelves have been smashed into pieces and countless marble fragments, while other remains of ancient documents lay strewn about the floor. A few surviving books and documents on the shelves look wrinkled and fragile. The air in the room is stale and reeks of mold. This looks like this would have been at one time an amazing library of inventions and all kinds of different documentation.
I'm guessing the salty air has not done the books any good.
No, not at all. They were not preserved well. Now you do see stairs that are going down into the water, and literally the water is at the edge of the top of these stairs. You figure with the depth going down that the water will easily cover the ceilings of where you're going next. So to go deeper in, you guys would have to absolutely have a way of breathing water. Otherwise, somebody would drown.
All right, well, before she even thinks of going down there, she'll investigate the rest of C6.
Okay. All right. There are a heap of books and documents that is right here on the floor. It looks like maybe somebody's come in there, and then this is another heap of books here. So you can go to those, or you can go to the shelves if you want first, or you can just go around the room.
Yeah, she'll do her kind of military analysis just kind of around the room, making, getting any checkpoints that she needs to get, and then she'll come back around to those.
Okay. So let's do the rest of the room so you can see it. All right. All right, let's do that there. It's circular around this outside, so it's easy to kind of maneuver around it. Again, there's a lot going on in the room itself, just with all the bookshelves and everything. It looks like, boy, this would have been a great place to learn, especially thinking about it with your guy Carver Hastings. This room probably for him would have been a gold mine if it was in good condition of knowledge for Pathfinder Society and for the world itself. But at this point, you think that most of that knowledge is probably, if it is here, it's very fragile at this point and would be tough to really do anything about recovery. I mean, whoever came in here would have to be extra careful at taking the documents out. So most likely you probably wouldn't want Markhail or Nell going through the bookshelves in here, or Philux, because they would probably, things could deteriorate, get worse than it already is at this point. I know, okay, yeah. Now you can keep watching all three hallways. Poor Sharra. She's having to keep an eye on everything at this point. Sharra, do me a favor. Akeisha, roll me just a passive or active perception that's up and going so I know. Yeah, you could easily. I mean, this whole temple would probably be unbelievable. You get the feeling that, well, if you could ever find Lyra, that Lyra would love somewhere like this. This is a treasure trove of old stuff that would tell you a lot about the Azlanti in general, just from this god and his worshippers. Oh God, that'll be fun. Sure, you don't want to burn a reroll in case. For an active perception, that's painful. Yeah. All right, I'll mark down one of your rerolls is going away, and we will be good on that. All right. Go for the reroll. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you have 6. That's true. You are down to now 6. Yeah, you I forgot it. The 2 rerolls are Syl's and Philix's. Oh, God. You want to burn another reroll? I hate to say it, but it's just... the perception is not there today. Too much on her mind. Too much Lyra on her mind right now. Alright, so Nell, do you want to go and follow... I'm sorry, it's my alarm going off. There we go. Do you want to use the... go towards where Syl is, where the musty smell's coming from, or do you want to go back up to where Markhail and Gale and Philux and the rest are, and show them what you found? Or do you not want to show them? The only one that really knows is Chunk. Yeah, it is. Everybody scattered out is messing with you, and it's just not good.
Do any of the 10 healing potions I picked up, or 10 potions I picked up look like healing potions?
2. 2 look like cure lights.
Okay, I'm going to give both of those to them.
Yep. 2 have the cure light wounds, light blue. The rest you don't know. You don't see any green ones or the other colors of healing, but those 2 definitely look like they're healing potions.
Yeah, I'm going to hand those to Chunk as I walk by, and I'm going to follow Syl because I don't want him by himself.
Alrighty.
Alright.
Sorry.
Alright. You're amazed. This place is just full of documents. Those 2 circled areas are piles of documents that have been taken out and put on the floor that have either examined or started to just decay.
By the way, when Syl passed those, did she notice if there was like dust and such on them, just to determine if they were like recently moved or if they've been there since this place was started to get was abandoned?
Very good thing. Reroll the perception on that one, because that would take an active perception to see.
Yeah, she's not
nice.
With an inactive perception.
Give yourself 50 experience on that one for doing that. The one where the X is hasn't been moved in a while. The other pile has been moved fairly recent, probably within the last few weeks.
Interesting.
It's almost like someone was checking through them or going through them to see if any were recoverable.
All right, she'll point that out to Nell as she passes by it.
Okay. All right. So, Nell, do you want to... All right, let's see here.
Yeah, I'll break off and take a look.
Okay. So which one do you want to go for first? The X or the other pile that's recent?
Go to the recent one first.
Okay. So, let's see. The books could be studied in this pile. They are definitely moldy, but they are in some ways recoverable. It would take, for any of these to be studied, it would take about an hour to 2 hours of true study of them to get the gist of what they're saying. Some look like, that's okay, Sharra, or Akeisha. It has anywhere, there's several different topics that you can see on there, but the problem is it's written in a language that you may or may not understand. It looks kind of similar.
When is Lanty?
Do you? Azlanti lights up like a Christmas tree to you. These are all written in Azlanti. Every last one of them. Some of them talk about subjects of law. Some talk about magic or protection. The bookshelves here, I will kind of label for you so that you know which is which. The L here is law, law, and law. This one here with the M is magic. Sorry, the M's not coming through a little easier. M and M. Let's see what else we got here. These with the A. Oops. A is artifice. This is general knowledge with the G. And this one here, P. Oops. Sorry, these look so out of there. Protection. So you got artifice, you got general knowledge, you have law, magic, and protection. So these are on different topics that would probably be of interest to the people who are building things here and doing the design and innovation. And there are documents still in the shelves. All right, so as you get closer to that, make a perception check for me, Miss Nell. There is a colorful sheen to these books. It looks like there is a mold there, a mold and mildew that has gotten onto this. And it has different colors. It is blues and ocean blues and yellows and reds and pink. So, you could look through the top. It actually isn't on the, it isn't on the books themselves. It is nestled up against where the shelves of what would be the stacks for this area is. And so it's making its way down to the actual books themselves that are towards that wall. The ones towards you in the front, not so bad. That's a good question. A knowledge nature could tell you if it is or isn't. So we would need a knowledge nature on this.
Survival does also inform you of natural hazards and
Yep,
such.
survival could too. This isn't a naturally occurring mold. That much you can tell. It's almost fueled by something, but it is a mold that comes. It's like a mold that's mutated to something. It's stationary, but you have the feeling if you rummaged around in that area, it would shoot out its spores into the air, and you don't know what it would do. You could try to do a survival check to see if it's really dangerous.
I'm going to put a pin in that and just kind of back up from it. And that's something that we can explore after we've cleared everything out.
Do a roll with Pellish. We're going to take a look at her knowledge. Hang on.
If you want, you could get Syl back over there to look over it too. She has survival.
Yeah, that may not be a bad idea. Let's see, let me get out of this
I just
mask.
think that right now we don't have a lot of time to do that. There's enemies still around. But,
Yep.
what kind of role do you want for Pellish?
Let's look at Pellish as having a... Let's see, what's her knowledges and stuff. I can open her up here. Let's see, NPCs. There she is. She would use her... You could use a survival. Pellish has 2 knowledges since she's been around. She has a knowledge history that you can add to her thing. She's got about 6 ranks into the history. So however you want to build that into her thing. And she has a knowledge arcana, which would have about 5 ranks. She's a little more unique being in this area and on this island than a normal pseudo-dragon. Alright, so knowledge history. She definitely says, she goes, these are the priests of Amaznen's repository of special knowledge. So this will be invaluable. The dollar value, or she goes, the gold value here is just unbelievably invaluable. Now you can do the knowledge arcana and see if there's anything strange about the mold. There may be something she can tell from that. No, she just says it's a natural mold that has been magically affected. Is the best way she can put it.
Yeah, I do think we should definitely explore some of these books in that, but I'd like to wait until we clear the rest of the books.
Sure. Syl, do you want to take a look, since you would probably be coming back that way? I don't think you wouldn't have opened the double doors, would you have?
Unless she was directed to, otherwise she probably would have gone up to it and did her usual round of perceptions to listen through it, check for traps and all that.
Sure, you can do that. Let's go back to here.
Perception.
You can see that there is light that is flickering under the door. Even with a bad roll like a 1 like that, unless you want to re-roll it. You can re-roll it if you want. You got 2 re-rolls.
Sure, I'll use 1.
Okay. All right. Nice. All right. So with the 19 plus 10, a 29, you can see something is malfunctioning on the other side of the door, and you can definitely hear the lapping sound of water. You don't hear anything else.
Okay, so... yeah, she'll open the door.
All right. The doors open inward towards you. Let's see here. All right. So this is what you see. It is a corridor way that with steep stairs that go downward, and you're thinking now, looking at this on the other side, it's more than 10 feet deep. You're thinking probably 20, because there is some light in here, or more, and there is some algae that is growing on the steps, so it'll make them slick. Okay, no problem. And then again, it has a real briny, nasty smell to it. I can open up this. So, that's what you see. You're guessing that that's where you would come to if you went around the fountain and came around the other side. You do see up this way that there is an open corridor way that goes in to a room.
Alright, she'll go up and look at that.
Alright. So sneak.
Making sure there's no enemies around this area.
Sure. You don't see any coming up, though. You do see in the water, looking down the stairwell, what you think to be his movement, but you don't see anything coming up out of the water. Alright, so let's do this, and then I can pull it down. Alrighty. So you're looking into the room. Alright. Alright, so in this room, this is there. You see a battered steel chest lie scattered across the room or the floor of this room itself. The thick stone walls are reinforced with steel bars that look pretty impenetrable, but the door to the vault has been torn off its hinges. And you see a shadowy figure that is in there by one of the chests, but it looks like you can see through it almost.
Alright, well, as long as if I don't have its attention, I'm not going to do anything to get its attention, so...
Now it looks like you could go by where the columns are and go over to where the rest of the party is if you wanted to. Or you can go back to Nell and Chunk and get them out of that room and go up the other way.
Sure. It's been a while since I looked through this area because I think there was like
No problem.
4 enemies there before. So, yeah, I'll kind of carefully go through that area and reassess what enemies are there.
Okay. All right.
Join the party.
As you quietly go through there, you notice no enemies that you can see behind any of the columns or anything. You kind of position, look around, and you're able to discern. Now, you can go by the water, thankfully. There is a trail that you can go around it, and then over to where the door is. Nell, are you following him, or are you just staying in that? Okay, so you are. You could see that Syl, for a second, was up there looking into that room with the open quarterway, and then went back towards where the party is. Same with you, Chunk. You can, if you're over there. It depends. If you're not there, then you won't. All right, so Philux, with all this time and these guys exploring, you are able to attach the leg really well. And you put the plates on it, are able to get everything set, and it looks like this leg could be totally usable and will support the full weight of the automaton, the clockwork.
Did Laura ever get on?
Yes, she did. She is here. She is following Syl, or Josh's character. All right.
Did you get her colors?
I did not. So, Laura, what color combination do you like?
She's the only one on
2
this.
colors.
Purple and black, maybe?
Purple and black. Kim has ideas. I just get her the colors, and it always comes up to something, especially since Christmas will be coming up in the near future.
Kim's crafty, and I like
I
it.
feel like purple and black
Yes,
would
she
be a
is.
villain.
and she can work with doing anything from putting stuff on. I mean, I don't know if you guys saw, she did the Lion King shirt for us to go see the live-action Lion King.
And Toy Story.
And Toy Story.
Nice.
So, I hear a cat. Is that... That's got to be Max.
Scarlet.
Oh,
No,
no.
it's Scarlet.
It's a Drestia's cat. Is that your hairless?
I got a new blanket, and I'm
It's
trying
the
to enjoy it.
Feisty.
And she's letting me know that she needs to supervise my ability to enjoy this blanket.
Of course, especially if she's needing the blanket. That's always the best.
I mean, you know.
Yeah, it is. Well, actually, no. In this case, Mark, it would be a non-fur baby. But I get the gist of it. Yeah, it'd be a non-fur baby. Sphinx cats, gotta love them. You do.
Oh yeah.
Well, we had ours waking us up at 5 o'clock, knocking things down that they must play with.
The stray cats look at her and they're very confused.
They are. She's like, they're like, what are you? You don't have fur.
Not sure if cat or alien.
Maybe an alien cat. You never know. All right, so you guys are able to work back, we'll say, everybody to the room without any chaos or problems. I'll just move everybody back up that way. With Sharra watching, let's see, never get between... Yeah, exactly. The kitties love the blankets. Yes, if you want to do another perception, absolutely. That's the one nice thing about it, is you can always make active rolls along the way. Chunk, you going to watch that way?
Yeah.
Okay, no problem. So do me 2 actives, and I'll put it on the dice there. Oh, nice. Okay, so that one is an 18 for Sharra. All right, so I'll use that dice. All right. And then Chunk, you got the 16. Oh, perfect. All right. So there we go. 18 and 16. All right, so Max, you have her together. To everybody's surprise, Gale has been watching you like a hawk as you're doing this little operation. And she's sitting there with the key in her, not moving or doing anything.
I go over to her and I touch the key and I just give Felix a look. No gentleman should touch a lady's key. And so she starts cranking the automaton's key.
I love that. All right, after
Out of the room.
after some really good cranks to get her going, you see the head look around, kind of cockeye, look around the room, take in each of you.
Markhail is going to give a little finger wave.
She kind of looks oddly back to you and raises a hand and waves. And she is just, she goes, "Well met, visitors. I am Enois." Or, excuse me, I pronounced it wrong. Ointzy. What brings you here?
Hello, Oincy, darling. My name is Markhail. It's very nice to meet you. We're a bit of exploring, looking at the real estate, so to speak. You wouldn't happen to remember anything about this place, would you?
Why, of course. She goes, "I am one of the servants. I am the major domo servant of this place."
Fantastic. Well, there's been a little bit of time since you were last awake, but I think you might still be able to help us get this back into good working order, so to speak.
She sits there for a minute and puzzles. It's almost like it's almost like she is limited in what she knows of the current language. Now, the reason you knew how she's saying this is she's speaking in Aquan. Anybody that understands Aquan understood what she just says. Exactly. Exactly, Laura and Nell. No, she is not speaking in Common. She is speaking in Aquan. And from there, I will just put it into the Aquan.
So, that is it. Look at this.
But yes, that is why you and Gale absolutely understood her. I don't know, Max.
Okay, so I'll switch to Aquan as well.
Once it's done, it's done. You're not getting more.
Okay, so those of you that understand the Aquan, you know sarcasm, and you speak it quite fluently too.
Very fluent.
All right. So anyone that knows Aquan will understand this. Otherwise, it's just like a whole nother language for you. It's like fish language is the best way to put it. All right. So do you have any questions for her, things like that? I mean, she asks you, she goes, "What year is it?"
This is 47...
Immediately.
07? No?
Well, you're close. Yeah, 4713. So, and 47, okay, so current year. 4713. Whoops. And you understand that in the Aquan. Let's go to English or into the Taldan. Let's see. 4713. Current year. She is puzzled. She goes, "That is many years since I've last been active."
Yeah, there was something very odd with aboleths and let's see, there was a big meteor and then everything was awful. That whole thing.
She says, "Aboleths? You mean veiled masters?" She looks at you puzzlingly.
Mm-hmm. Yes, those would be the ones.
She goes, "That's not good. They are the enemies of the Azlanti, my masters. Are any of the priests here? I wouldn't think so after this time. Where are the priests? Are there any generations of priests left?"
Markhail looks at Aurora like, what is she talking about?
Maybe you want to talk to that spirit I found in that other room.
Markhail, hey! Markhail
Hello?
jumps. Hey, can you hear us?
Yes. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now, yeah.
Yeah, because I'm really irritated that I got cut off.
Oh no!
I was like yelling. As soon as I put the leg on, I wound up the clockwork.
Oh,
no.
that's all right. Well, then it was
the whole time I've been unable to interact with this thing.
Oh, well, in this case, you guys both
man.
cranked her up. Fighting to crank her up. While she says nobody should touch a woman's key.
And then I got kicked off of Fantasy Grounds, and then I got kicked off of Discord. So what happened after? So
okay, so she started.
Yeah.
This is how she pronounces her name.
Wound up was the last I heard, and then I heard her say that she was the servant, and I was like going to say, "Well, I'm the one who fixed you."
Well, do you know Aquan? Because she spoke it in Aquan.
Let me check. I have to get signed back on into.
Mm-hmm. But you did hear something Oincy, which you're guessing is her name.
All right. Let me get reconnected. It was like of all the times to crash.
I know. That sucks.
Like I said, literally, as soon as he got that leg on it, it was like, now I have to know how it works.
Of course. Now I must know. How could I not? All right, so I'm going to do something here. I'm going to go back up here and get all the items. Where did I put them? There we go.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I don't know what happened. It was just everything was fine. Then all of a sudden, everything I owned conked out.
It just didn't like you. It was in a mad mood.
You touched its key.
Yeah.
Yeah, you touched the key without permission.
You cad. You absolute fiend.
She goes, "Do your fellows understand, Aquan, or should I change to a different speech?"
See what all I speak. Where do I find my languages?
It's in the notes tab.
Yeah, it's in the notes tab. So, she goes, "Should I change the language?"
I'll say something, and I'll say, "Hi, I'm the guy who fixed your leg in Azlant."
Ooh,
how dare you?
She brightens up. She speaks back to an Azlant. She goes, "You know the ancient tongue. Does everyone know the ancient tongue?" She goes, "I also know Elven. I can speak in Elven if that will help." So, does...
Crickets.
Yeah, crickets. Wow, she understands you. That is an awesome thing.
Yeah, Markhail didn't take esoteric languages in college.
Yeah.
She took flirting with the professor instead. Got passing marks.
Ah, there you go, passing marks. She goes, "I can go between the two languages if needed." In other words, she goes, "I can go through the three languages if it helps most to understand." She goes, "Is the temple in danger?" She goes, "It has been so long." And asking you guys that. Is the temple in danger?
Oh, very much so.
It is. She goes, well, what can we do? I'm going to have to go under there. I had all the languages in there, including...
Yeah, Azlant doesn't come up.
No, it doesn't. Let me go up here into the wheel. Let's see if I can go to the languages. Yep, there they go. Let's do Azlanti. Okay, so I'm going to have to add it. Let's see. Azlanti. And that would be a human language, probably. Yeah. Okay, so. Alright, so that's that one. And then there will be Kalashite. Alright, so I'm going to have to add some of the languages. Let's see. Kalashite. All right. And another language. Siri. Ani. Taldan, common, or put Taldan, because common can be a common of any language. Let's go there. Let's see. Let's go to Taldan. That would be common. If I can find common under there. Nope. All right. And then there's Wolfen. That way I can get all these languages in here so that we don't have anyone having any problems.
Well, and that way you can curse properly.
All right. There's so many different TN languages that it's not even funny. Let's see. Serpent folk.
Oh, wait, the serpent folk have their own language?
Oh, yeah. Yes, they do. Oops. Do this again. Let's see. Off of that one. All right. And then let's see. What are the other ones there? Trying to think if there's any other languages we need. I think that's going to be most of them. Let's see. There is. Oh, what is the Ruin Lord's language?
It's not Azlanti?
No. Thessalonian, yeah. It's a version of it.
Yeah.
Thessalonian is its own little kind of regional dialect, is the best way to put it.
Yeah. Good old Thessalon.
Yep. And then you got Varisian, and then you have the Shionti language. Alright, so that'll cover most of the languages y'all are going to see. And that should get us back there. Alright, so now if you pull up under languages, you should be able to. Let's see if it's there. Yes, it is there. So the Azlant language. You may have to come back in there. Unfortunately, I think anytime I do changes, you're going to have to do that.
Oh, nope, there it is.
Alright,
I had it as Lanty, but if you change it to
Azlant, yes.
Yeah.
All right. So, Oincy, do you have any questions? I mean, she asked her one question about the temple. Is it in danger?
Philux? You got any questions?
Oh, that I can understand. Yeah. Oh, that I could speak more than halfling in common. Taldan. I would be a truth scholar, but...
Yeah, what are good questions? I don't...
What is this place? It seems like it was some sort of religious thing.
She goes, it is a temple to Amaznen, the god of creation and tinkering and exploration. She says, the temple itself was built to be a place where people could experiment and develop new things. She points at herself. We are but one thing here. She goes, my brethren should be throughout the temple itself. In fact, if you need any help with my brethren, I could be of help and assistance to you with them.
No, you can't. You know nothing.
That would be delightful. I do want to turn this place back into a bit of a place where people can come at a small fee.
She goes, there is the library just to the south of us. And she goes, there are the Experimentation Rooms, and, of course, the Forge Room just a little bit north of us. She points over to where C9 was. She goes, that's where most of my parts are made. We were made to not corrode, since we are we sometimes are used in areas of salt water and other places.
Fantastic. I will charge you with making sure that we get this place into tip-top condition. Are there any things that would cause the property value to decrease, like traps or
not that I'm
carpeting?
Not that I'm aware. She goes, not that I'm aware of. She says mostly here it's open to most who want to. She goes, want to come here and study. She goes, I myself served the astronomer priest Imosili, and she wished me to be less easily controlled like the other clockworks. She goes, I can be wound up and reprogrammed at the station. However, she gave me autonomy that I can think for myself. That way I could help her in any of her endeavors up at the planetarium upon the mountain just north of here.
Oh, Belfast. Well, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, Aurora.
Aurora. Here!
She blinks twice and looks at you like, I don't even understand what the hell this thing is saying. How do you expect me to converse with it?
Yes.
Sorry, you're out of luck.
Yeah, you guys are conversing back and forth, and you have to realize you have to explain to Aurora what was just said.
It takes Markhail like 45 seconds of just staring at Aurora before she realizes, oh.
She says yes.
You know, we're going to have to really get you some tutoring, darling.
She says, yes, I can leave the temple grounds, though I prefer to be here and help those that are on them. But yes, I could go up the hill, up the mountain, to the planetarium and help up there. Hopefully it's still functional.
Ew, about that.
Let's go to the. I want to go to the planetarium.
We've been to the planetarium, don't you remember?
I want to go back with her because she can show.
Mm-hmm.
What about my amusement park? We have to clear this thing out and set her to work getting it all sorted.
She says, so the priests. So she goes, the priests then that I knew are no longer here.
Oh no, they were probably all crushed in the big storm.
Have we established how long it's been?
Yeah, you get the feeling it's been over almost 15,000 years.
What was the date when you kind of got turned off?
She goes, it was just before. Well, she goes, it was the day of the Skyfall. It was the day that the big asteroid came down, and it was fire and rocks burning through the atmosphere. There were earthquakes and fires. She says the Kelvith River that flowed between here at Cheval Ken and Kalasti was choked with burning debris. She goes, it swelled its banks and rushed back upstream, and she goes, lots of deadly gases filled the air, and so many of our priests died from that. She said, I assumed that everyone had perished. She says, I couldn't even feel my connection to our god Amaznen.
Now seems like a good time for Syl to do her report on her investigation.
Yeah, Markhail will be translating this in a way that is suitable of Markhail, where you will get the gist and you know that she's leaving like all of the important sentiment out of it.
Yeah.
And while she's talking, Philux will be making facial expressions behind her back. No, that's bullshit. That's really, really bullshit.
Rolling of the eyes.
And even by Markhail standards, bullshit.
Wait, how does one do a full body eye roll? Is that something that Philux is capable of?
Oh yes,
he's a sorcerer.
As a cat, basically it is face.
If anyone could do it, it would be a cat person.
Yes, it would be a cat face palm type of thing, as he's sitting there shaking his head, and she just has a quizzical look on her face. Yes, yeah, talk about heavy metal. Yeah, exactly. She is definitely heavy metal. She goes, so then you came here to explore, but is there more? I mean, she goes, so...
Yes, I'll tell her that we'll talk about how some of our comrades have been kidnapped, and about the evil mind-controlling creature that's taken over her temple, and see if she'll help us.
And she knows what aboleths are. She says that they were enemies of the priest.
I can never remember the aboleths. Yeah, I'll tell her about the aboleths and the kidnapping of our friends and the pollution of her temple by the evil aboleths, and see if she'll help us.
She goes, "This is troublesome, and this is not right for our God. We will not allow this to stand." She goes, as to where I think they may be, she goes, "The priests were ever so secretive and had many rooms that were secretive in that way. They always did this because they didn't want people to know about their experiments at times and what they were doing."
Oh, like the table, Karnak.
Yes, kind of like. She goes, "The table Karnak." Karnak? Oh, she goes, "Karnak, yes. One of our priests had come up with that. They had developed that to keep their secrets of the tower. So Karnak, oh, I did not know."
He's lovely. I mean, he's also dead, but he's also lovely.
She goes, "Well, that's good and bad." She goes, "At least you didn't die in his gullet." She says, "The stairs that go down from here, at the ends of the corridor, will most likely take you to the other places in the temple." She goes, "This area is mostly for the basic experimentation, so clockworks like myself that serve the temple." She goes, "In fact, we could always go enlist their aid." She goes, "If any of the ones that are in the room that looks like a cog are still there, those were the soldiers of the temple, as well as servants," she said. "Those were charging stations next to the power bays." She goes, "The room with the electricity, have you seen that and hopefully been careful with it?"
Yes.
She goes, "Good." She goes, "It would have easily have hurt you in your flesh forms very badly. The priests were not always so... Well, they figured everyone knew what was going on here, so they didn't take the time to protect it from those that didn't need protecting." She says the best way to do it then is to go down the steps and into the lower areas of the temple. That's where most likely they would have taken them. She goes, "Fortunately, I'm not affected by any type of salt water, nor are the guardians here. We can easily go through water areas. So if there are areas that I figure the river flooded, yes, the temple itself."
Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm.
She goes, okay. She goes, "I can help with that." She says, "Speak in the language you wish me to understand." She goes, "I can comprehend languages if you give me time."
Let's speak common then.
All right, so you guys speak common for about an hour to her, and she begins to phrase that, because Taldan is an offshoot of Azlanti language itself. She's able to comprehend fairly quickly. In fact, let's do a roll for her to comprehend this. And
Right. So at this point, if Syl did before, she'll definitely give her report now.
Okay.
About all the things that she found, particularly the library to the south, and especially the room she wasn't able to investigate because she didn't want to arouse a spirit.
Okay. So you, Philux and Markhail and Aurora here, library. And then, are you going to share anything, Nell, on what you found, or not really, or you don't have to? All right, so another perception rolls. Surprisingly, nothing has come down this way. You're figuring they're probably exploring outside, most likely. Because that's where y'all were. I mean, you had to camp out towards the outside. So it would take them a while to figure out that you're not anywhere in the area. So Oincy says, "Follow me, please." And she leads everybody over this way to the cog room. Which Gale will follow her. He's curious, of course. All right. So she goes over to this area right here. And you can see some lit things and levers and different things. And she's going around to each one, programming. So she goes to this one. She goes to this one. And then she goes to, whoops, hang on here. Get out of the masking mode. And to this one over here. Takes her about another 30 minutes. And then you see stepping out, you hear the whir and clicking of this one coming out. And then the whirs and clicking of these two. And she goes, I have programmed these to my configuration as well as to each of you. Let's see if I could get her to...
So the good news is that they aren't Cybermen.
And she she tells them, she goes...
It's always a good thing when something's not a Cyberman.
She goes and she points to each of you. She goes, these are friends. You will obey them and speak in their language. And the two soldiers come to attention and clack their things on the floor, and they say, yes, mistress. And then she says to the worker, she goes, go down into the power room and see what you can do to restore things there. We will need your help if we need to awaken more brethren. And it says in a very metallic language, yes, mistress. And it heads out past all of you and through these doors and down. She goes, I wish we had more of the soldiers. She goes, that we may find more along the way and I'll be able to help with them. She says, you must be careful.
Tell her about the metallic spider that was in that other room. Maybe they could.
Yes. She goes, that's another worker. Our worker should be able to get that going. She says, I will stop by and tell him on the way to wherever you think we need to go. But she goes, I think down through the water is going to be the best way to go. All right.
Yuck.
So let's...
I don't want to go in the water. Are you sure you have to go through water?
I love the water. What's the matter, Felix? You don't like getting wet?
We are a proud and noble desert people. I point out.
Desert.
Well, that would explain why I found your personality to be a little bit dry.
Aurora turns to Markhail and says, did you hear him say...
20 charisma, 20 charisma.
Aurora turns to Markhail and asks Markhail, did you hear him say dessert or desert? I think I heard him say dessert.
Dessert. We are a dessert people. Don't be mean to me. Or I'll give you no dessert.
Sharra's got a question. As they all went to the room, did she also see Sharra and will identify her as well?
Yes, yeah. Basically, she made sure that each one of you are identifiable to them. So they do not attack any of you. So unless you did something to Oincy, they're going to go by her first. All right, as for identifies, let's roll for the 10 potions, or the 8 potions that are left on the identifies.
I will also show the scroll case that has the 2 identify scrolls. In case it's relevant.
Yeah, you can use those to identify. The identify spell adds, what is it to it? It adds quite significant.
Yeah, it's like a plus 10 or something like that, right?
Yeah, let's see.
Can we save one of the scrolls so I can put it to my career?
It's a good point. You could.
I used to have it. I don't have it anymore.
If you were the one to actually cast it, because your slots opened up, didn't they, as a witch? So all you would need to do would be to read through the scroll, I believe, to gain it on your list.
To learn this spell, I have to take. It's a 1 hour ritual per spell level. I think,
Ah,
where they
okay.
read the scroll to my familiar.
Okay. Your familiar's going to love you for feeding her. Oh, well, such is life. Yes, plus 10 enhancement bonus on to your praise. So, all right, so still on guard duty. Let's go ahead and start going through the potions. All right, so 2 of them are going to be this. Sorry. Didn't mean to bump on that. Okay. All right. So, who's going to do the appraise on the first 2? They have a bright yellow colored liquid in them. Nice. All right. So the bright yellow colored liquid is a 2 resist energy electricity potions. All right. All right. So that's 2 there. Then 1 is this. All right. So 1 is a... Ooh, that's a good one. All right. So who's going to identify the next one?
I can't really do it, so.
You just have to
be.
You just have to do a regular standard appraise. Oh God, yeah, 20 natural 20. So now you get an extra reroll. All right, so I'll put that up there for Nell and her 1 reroll. There we go. Beautiful. All right, so that one is a potion of tongues.
Oh.
That's going to be invaluable, especially to somebody, I don't know, like Chunk, who doesn't speak any languages beyond his own. But that would help him. One of those giant size. Yeah, exactly. All right, so next potion. Let's see. Will be that. Ooh, that'll be a fun one. It is... Did anybody roll?
Yeah, I got a natural 20 again.
Oh, nice.
Dang. Snap.
Dang, you are just lighting it up today.
She's on fire.
She is. So that gives her 2. We're just slowly moving up the ladder of rerolls here. There it is. Okay. Let's get 2. So that one's a potion of remove curse. So you got 2 resist energy, tongues, and remove curse. Always comes in handy, right? Especially when Philux twists keys he's not supposed to.
The cad.
And blows wisdom rolls.
Oh, this will be fun. All right, so 2 of the potions are I'm sorry. The remove curse is a purple color for remove curse, and then the tongues is a white color. All right. These 2 are a light pink color. The next 2. Nice. Nell is going to town.
She's got her familiar back, baby.
All right, so 2 enlarged persons. So the light pink are the you grow. Alice? All right.
I think I give one of those to Sharra and one of those to Syl.
All righty. So yeah, you may want to jot down, whoever's taking the notes on this one, what colors go to what, because that can help you later on, especially when you got to identify them again. You might just be able to look at it and go, sure, man, that sure looks like. All right.
Yeah, I'm keeping track.
So that gives us, 6 of them so far? So there's 2 more left.
Dang.
Okay.
Nice haul.
All right.
Very nice haul.
It's a light pink, not a bubble gum on that one. It's really light, like a faint the lightest pink color you can get.
Hairless cat pink.
All right. So the next ones are a brown, trail brown. Best way to put it, like an earth brown. All right, now you're on a roll.
Is that enough to identify them? If not, I'll use one of them.
Yeah, you need to re-roll probably. It won't give you enough. You don't need to go much higher, but there you go. That's perfect. All right. So now we're down to 1. That's always a good thing anyways, right? There it is, down to 1 there. These are 2 potions of Pass Without Trace. Either Sharra, Syl, or Gale will love these things, especially if you're sneaking around. And that's your potions. And then, of course, the 2 Cure Light Wounds. So, light blue, Cure Light Wounds times 2. So I'll give you 10 potions total. All right.
What about the shirt?
We want to know about the shirt. I like that. All right, let's go to the shirt then. All right. And you had your Detect Magic up, so you'll get a little better rolls on that. So go ahead and roll your 20 to kind of know the more detailed stuff on it. You get the feeling that the shirt will allow you to move around pretty straightforward. Like it doesn't inhibit or bind you in any way, even though it's a long sleeve shirt of blue silk. Alright, I'm going to turn on my light here because unfortunately it's gotten cloudy. There we go. Alright. Ooh, nice. You got a 22 on that one. Alright. This is called an Unfettered Shirt. It is this loose, often ruffled shirt is cut in a style designed to avoid hindering its wearer's movement. So again, while moving around, the silk lets you move very easily. Once per day, upon command, the wearer can gain the benefits of freedom of movement for 10 minutes. That will be a nice one, especially if you got hit with web spells or gunks or entangled.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Honestly, I think that'd be great for a fighter of like chunks.
Yeah, either.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Can you
Yep.
wear that with armor, or
And
have to be unarmed to wear it?
and it's kind of it is a dark blue in color with a silver eye on it. So that's the Unfettered Silk Shirt. It's got some serious value. I mean, you appraise it around this value.
The shirts can be worn regardless of how armored or unarmored
Yeah,
you are.
it could go under armor, whatever. I mean, in your case as a monk, it's real easy to do, but it looks like it's got the ability to go around its wearer and conform to their size, shape, whatever. So even though it's right now medium size, Chunk could use it and it would shrink down to Chunk's size. Or Felix could use it and it would go around his caddy kind of size.
And you'd get a tail hole so that it doesn't restrict your tail.
I wonder what his familiar would be if he chose a familiar. Would it be a Sphinx kitty? Don't know.
No, clearly he would have a dog as a familiar.
Oh. Ooh, yikes. Not good. All right. Even Sharra could use it if she wanted to. I mean, she could use it technically under any of her stuff. So it wouldn't be bad on any of them. You do have some vestments that do glow. The vestments, let's see what they are. Go back to here.
Oh, I'm pretty good on these approaches.
Yeah, you are.
Golly
Murdering
Moses, nice job. All right, so let's go back to here, and let's go into here.
Or in sequel,
All
I
right.
think.
This is called the mnemonic vestment.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah.
With memory, I imagine it would improve a spellcaster skill.
I am guessing you're probably right. Let's see. MN
What color were the resist energy potions?
216.
Yellow.
Yellow. A bright
Those were
yellow.
yellow.
Yeah.
Because they were electricity.
All right, so
The
the
orange live wire Mountain Dew flavor.
All right, so the mnemonic vestment here. Let's see where it is. No, not a gunman's duster, though that would be fun. All right, so the mnemonic vestment has a strong transmutation around it. It only weighs about 1 pound, so it's not like heavy vestments. Vestments being like a robe that can go around you. So typical, like a priest's vestments that they would put around them and tie. The surface of this delicate-looking blue silk robe is adorned with tiny embossed runes across its entire surface. If the wearer is a spontaneous caster once per day, he or she may use a spell slot to cast a spell from a written source, such as a scroll or spell book, as if they knew the spell. The spell must be on her spell list, the same level or lower than the expended spell slot, and the same type of spell, arcane or divine, as the slot expended. So if it's a cleric, it's got to be divine. If it is a sorcerer or a witch or whatever, it's got to fall under that type of spell. The caster must also understand the written source, using a decipher script or read magic. So it's got to be in the language you would understand, written in that language, and be carried and be carrying it. So say you got one of these new scrolls, like the Identify scroll. That would be on Nell's list. If she put this on, she could cast it once per day. And activating the robe is not an action, but casting the spell otherwise works as a normal standard action, or whatever the amount of time it is. Providing components or foci, and also, and so on. Using a mnemonic vestment's properties does not consume the written source. Say
Ooh, I think
again.
that would be great for Felix. You could just cast her straight out of his spell book.
Yep. And it's
I don't have a spell book though.
and it's every 24
Yeah, he's a
hours.
sorcerer.
Yeah, I'm a sorcerer.
Yep. So that goes to you now.
Okay, well, I don't have a spell book.
Yeah, I think it'd be better for Nell than Felix.
Well, I'll have to start. Well, if we had any spell books.
or
No, that works for scrolls. That works for scrolls.
or it could be used also by your damn fear. It could be used by Aurora. Aurora could use it for divine spells.
Aurora is actually going to argue that she would be probably the least likely to find use out of this because her spell list is kind of limited just in terms of what the Inquisitors have access to.
Sure.
However, she does have divine spells, so there is the flip side of that if we
Yeah.
ever find lower level inflict wound spells.
Markhail could also use it because remember, Markhail uses no armor. She is a mesmerist.
But I don't have a spell book, right?
No, but you would still kind of learn mesmer spells the same way by written deal. It's an occult version thing, but if the occult can often cast arcane spells or divine spells, depending.
Okay.
So it would be usable as well for you. So I put that in there for the different items. So hang on here. I'm going to try to get a picture of this real quick so that I don't lose any of these in case anybody has questions later on.
I don't think I have any good scrolls even. Wake up.
Yeah, I don't have.
Well,
any
remember,
spell
you...
books
I mean, we're going to probably get some.
Well, unfortunately, you guys have forgotten about what was in the tower. You guys got a whole spell book from the tower you haven't even played with yet.
Shh, they don't remember that.
Yeah, they don't remember that, do
I
they?
don't know if we even know about it. I don't know if Felix ever told the rest of us about it.
Okay.
Did he?
I don't think
Yeah,
you
I
did.
did.
Oh,
Yeah.
he did? Oh.
Yep. Felix has his moments, but, he's not that bad.
No, I just thought he would have been using it for himself, but yeah, he's a sorcerer, so I guess he wouldn't.
Yep. The only one who would have not told you about that is Painvin. Painvin would have never told you.
Would be, even though he couldn't use it, Painvin would be carrying it around.
Doesn't matter.
It's
mine.
Actually,
Exactly.
Nell wouldn't know about it because she wasn't with you then.
That's true. Nell would not know about that.
Yeah.
All right. So you see now one of the other robes that you picked up that you were asking about. It is a battered-looking robe with patches all over it in various shapes and shapes of like items on it.
I want that one.
Yes, and it always... Okay, so this robe has useful-looking patch items on it.
that spell book.
All right, so the patches look like a bag, a door, a scroll tube or scroll, a mule, what look to be 2 open pits, or their rendition of it, a potion bottle, a boat with oars on it,
Nice.
what looks to be a pug or a pit bull type of dog, a window, and 2 ladders. So, identify. You already did your identify, didn't you, or have you yet? No? Nope. She
No,
did the...
I have not.
Okay, so
I
do
mean, I
it.
did the appraise. I
Yes.
rolled a 12 on the appraise.
The appraise won't tell you, so you're going to need someone else to tell you what it is.
I can try to use appraise. I'm not better than her though, so.
Well, you might roll high.
Oh, well, natural 20, that goes without saying.
Well, yeah, okay, sure.
Yeah, so now you have 1 reroll. This is awesome.
Hey.
We're going all over the place. All right. So, you know what it is. It's called a robe of useful items. Basically, when you take this patch off, it will become the item you pull off. So in this case, here's the items. It's basically you can pull off a bag of 100 gold, or a bag of 100 gold pieces, and then a bag of also 100 gold piece gems, a iron door, a scroll with dispel magic on it, a mule, an open pit twice, a potion of cure serious wounds once, a rowboat, a pair of war dogs, a window, or 2 wooden ladders.
Markhail looks a little bit disappointed. Oh, I know what this is. It's mostly useless, except for these 2. And so she goes ahead and she's like, oh, does it have to be attuned?
No, you just have to be wearing it at the time. I mean...
Yeah, so she puts it on real quick, and she gets the gold, and she gets the gems, and then she, takes it off, and she just kind of, holds it out to someone. Here, you can have it. The patch is turned into real things like this. The other ones aren't useful for anything, if you ask me.
I'll put this taken by Markhail. That is so Markhail. All right.
Yeah, she took the gold, she took the gems, she's got that gear, and she's just kind of like, I'm done with this.
Oh my gosh. This is hilarity.
Does anyone take it?
Anybody gonna take it? Anybody? Oh my gosh, this is hilarity.
Well, if no one takes it, I'll take it and just put it in my pack.
But Felix glares at her and takes the robe that lets you cast the spells.
Okay. So Felix takes that one. I'm just trying to keep track for my own, for the party funds and stuff. So
Yeah.
So I'm
what's
gonna
that?
hold on to the robe of patches unless anyone else wants it.
Yep.
Keep it in the party loot.
So those, the ones underneath, the one that, so that starting at the 2 wooden ladders on down are the patches remaining after Markhail takes her pound of flesh.
I mean, it's like so not useful.
Yeah, so not useful. The Dispel Magic might have been useful.
So what's the name of that robe?
It is the robe of
Sorry,
useful
I got that
items. Yeah, it's a robe of
The
use.
mnemonic
mnemonic.
Oh, the mnemonic
vestments.
Vestments. It's
How do I
MNEM.
add stuff to my inventory?
You just drag them. So you take them from the list of items and drag them, and you should have all those on there because they came out with the ultimate equipment. So all those items should come up under the items. So if you type them in.
Where's the item list?
The item list will be under items, and if you don't have it, then you go to...
Duh.
Yeah.
The items list. What a concept.
So then put in MNEM, and you'll find the mnemonic vestment. Or the robe of useful items, you just type in robe of, and then it'll give you a list of them.
Okay, and now Chunk's got the 2 Cure Light Wounds potions. Who took the Resist Energy potion?
That's a good question on the electricity. That could have been any of y'all on that one.
Maybe give it to Gale, because electricity is more dangerous than water, right? Maybe give one to me, one to Gale.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, I'm not getting this to show up. What am I doing wrong?
Just type in MNE.
Where do I type that in?
And write in the items thing on the bottom. So it says there's an area next to all. So type in MNE and it'll come up.
Yeah, it doesn't come up. You
It
probably
doesn't-
have to load the ultimate equipment module.
Yeah, you're gonna probably have to. I love that. You guys should be able to use my module, but you know, hey, what can I say? Having the ultimate hasn't been ultimate. So since Sharra's been on guard duty, she'll have to trust the others. Yeah, I mean, you can hear out there on that, Sharra, even though they're... Let's see, let's move Max over there into that room. So there is the oils. And the oils, you may be able to have Oincy tell you what the oils are. She probably knows by sight.
Okay, I'll show them to her. See if she knows.
Oh, yes. Yes. She goes, the bottle, she goes, be careful because it has air bottled into it. She goes, it's a bottle of air. She goes, the priest used to create those for sailors and other people to help give them air to use behind their sails. So, it is a bottle of air. She goes, the incense, of course, would be what you expect, an incense of meditation. It's used to help meditating and recovering for a priest. She goes, the oils, the yellow color oils are the oils of a line weapon to law. So if you're against any chaotic creatures, it'll align your weapon with that to do extra damage to them.
Okay, say that one more time.
So you got two yellow oils, which are a line weapon, ALIGN weapon, and in parentheses law. She goes, the other 4 oils that are a reddish oil are oils of magic weapon. It will take a normal masterwork weapon and turn it into magic. She goes, there are 3 oils that are blue-colored oil, bluish color oil. These are oils of protection from chaos. She goes, the purplish oils are oils of resist energy electricity. So basically now 3. She goes, the golden colored oils are 5 oils of shield of faith.
Okay, say that one more time. 5 oil shield of faith.
Yes, the gold ones. They're
What
gold.
is the caster level?
6th.
So those would grant a +3 deflection bonus.
Yep. The 3 sea green colored oils are oils of touch of the sea. And then the white colored oils are oils of water breathing. 3 oils of water breathing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be really, you can note the colors. I kind of went through that, but I'm going to post up into the deal what each of these are, so you have them. Let's go to Discord. Let's go here, not on the general chat. We're going to go in the non-general chat, and poof. There you go. There's your oils right there. Ta-da! Makes it easier on you guys. That way you don't have to all remember everything. Trying to do as much as I can.
I think anyone else has claims the other enlarged potion. Did anyone else want it?
Gail said I would take it. Because I could use it to help become larger and fight things if needed. She goes up to you guys.
Yeah, I'm at the point right now where I'm having a little bit of difficulty focusing.
Okay.
Partly from information overload.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's just...
Partly because I'm a little bit hungry.
Well, let's take a break then. It's good time. We'll come back at 1:45 and everybody can get something to eat.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I updated
back
my
in 30
skill
minutes
gap by
or
my
less.
stupid road.
All right. All right, everybody. We'll see you back.
All right.